So what's the one business lesson that I've learned that's been the most important thing that I've learned in my 32 years of business, from owning a mortgage company to being partners in Inc. 5000 staffing company? It's not about marketing, it's not even about sales, is success through others. And what does that mean? One thing I've realized, like in business, when you are early on, you're trying to do everything yourself, you're just trying to learn all the skills. And that, very fast, it gets very frustrating, it gets very overwhelming, and it can actually cause you to lose confidence in yourself. And what I've learned, when you find what people's beliefs are about themselves, that's really the skill you need to develop to really try to listen to what their belief is, because people's beliefs are always proven right. So I'll give you my personal example that I had, and this person has made me millions of dollars. His name is Brad, and I met him outside a marketing cruise, and I was stepping outside the bathroom, and we started chatting, and hey, what's up? How are things going? Tell me about yourself. And he mentioned and I asked him let me ask you, what is would you say your superpower is? What's the one belief that you have that it's true? And he said to me, oh, people can't say no to me. And that one conversation that I had, when he said it, I felt it. And I was observing him in the networking event. And I noticed that people would literally invite him to things that would he could ask anyone any questions. And at that point, I developed a piece of software that was launching for the first time, and I was looking for someone to build business development for me. And I reached out to him and I said, hey, Brad, would you be open to helping me and find affiliates and partners? He's like, yeah, I would love to do that for you. He's like, is that the only thing I would be doing for you? I'm like, yeah, that's all I need to do is I need to make intros for me. Well, my product blew up. I sold millions of dollars of the product, and it was the first launch I ever did in the software space. And because when I heard him, when he answered the question, what is your superpower? And he said, people can't say no to me. I knew, I felt it when he said it, it was true. And I took a chance on him, and because of him, so many industries opened up for me, things that I would never been exposed to. So that's probably the biggest lesson I've learned, that you can actually learn. It's not about learning more, learning to be a copywriter or a marketer. It's actually having the superpower that I chose for myself, is discovering other people's superpowers, right? So, because when you can discover other people's superpowers, for them, that thing is so easy, right? For them, it feels effortless. And now for you, it might be oh my gosh, how can this person make that seem so easy? Well, the things that come easy for you may not come easy for other people. So for me, the skill I chose to develop is how to identify what people's superpowers are and how to spot those people. Because once I learned to do that, every single door opened for me. So I've done that in sales, I've done that in marketing, I've done that for people solving problems for me. I've done that with AI, business development people, right? So once I discovered that, I stopped having to wear all the hats, trying to learn every single skill. And the only skill I had to learn is how to identify the people who have a superpower. So go ahead and share with me, what do you think your superpower is?